Democracy is the belief in freedom and equality between people, or a system of government based on this belief in which power is either held by elected representatives or directly by the people themselves. It is a government ruled by people. Yes, in terms of selecting a leader, I can say that Philippines is a democratic country. People are the one who decides for who the leaders will be. The majority rule is always in an election. Those candidates who have the majority of votes will win the election. In terms of freedom, yes, we have a democracy. We have the freedom to do anything that we want to do as long as it is legal and it won't harm others. We have the freedom to express our thoughts. We have the freedom to say what we wanted to say. But would it be heard? Those complaints and callings for help, do they hear us? Based on what I've watched and what I hear, government always focus on the majority rule. But how about those who are afraid of expressing their thoughts just because they are not one of the majority? When will they be heard? I can say that we have a democracy in this country, but Philippines is not a fully democratic country. Because it is evident that we don't have equality in this country. People are unfair, but I think government are not doing something to make it fair for people. They only give their service to those who have power and authority. Justice are not always served. People tend to judge someone based on their appearance. For instance, there are two suspects in a crime. One is poor and the other one is rich. Even without any evidence, majority of the people will conclude that the poor is the real criminal. Because of the reason that he is poor, he is not educated, and maybe he did it for money. There is already judgment even before the suspect defends himself. Just with that conclusion, he will be discouraged already to talk and defend himself. Then the rich one, he doesn't need to talk much because his appearance and status in life is already enough to say or to conclude that he is innocent. The way people think is unfair, especially for those who are at the edge of the society. This is the reason why I can say that Philippines is not a fully democratic country. Our life is precious. Life is something to be treasured. Life is a journey. We will encounter different things in life, be it good or bad things. For me, having a meaningful life is when you are already contented of what you have become. It is when you feel proud to have lived it. It is when you know that you really live your life to its fullest. It is when you are happy to see yourself in that particular status in life. A meaningful life is one which one wakes up each morning feeling grateful for the chance to experience another day. Everybody is at this place for a reason. Finding that reason could be challenging, but you must follow your passion in order to discover it. A meaningful life is a life spent with no regrets. A life that we are free to express ourselves without thinking of what other people may say or think. A life where we stop comparing ourselves to others. A life where we just smile remembering the good and bad times. It is when we already know our purpose in life. We feel happiness and contentment by teaching, saving one's life, catching a criminal, or maybe just simply by singing, dancing, acting, making our loved ones smile, or even helping someone cross the street. Life is full of hardships, but what makes it meaningful is when you realize that all the hardships you encounter are all worth it. Life has different problems, struggles, and hardships to test you, but the most important thing is that you can still manage to smile at the end of the day. It is said that a happy life and a meaningful life are associated with one another, since happiness is a feeling that can drive you toward finding this meaningful life. It means that to have a meaningful life is to find happiness in everything that you do. For me, a meaningful life is filled with happiness, sorrow, disappointment, achievement, and struggles. It is difficult to fully define beauty because everyone has their own views about beauty. The term beauty was originated from Anglo-French boita. It was first known used in the 14th century as physical attractiveness and also goodness and courtesy. In my own perspective, I can define beauty as imperfect. Beauty is accepting your imperfections. Beauty is knowing that you have flaws. Beauty is on the inside, I believe. Physical traits and appearance can be deceiving, but the inner beauty such as characteristics, affection, and values are more genuine. Despite the fact that outer beauty predominates, not everyone has to concur with that viewpoint. The outer beauty shouldn't be the standard because some people treat it as the basis of humanity. Some people still consider inner beauty to be more significant. Sadly, modern societies only value beauty in the artistic way, forgetting that a person's actual beauty can also be determined by their inner beauty. Simply based on how someone looks, we have a tendency to make harsh judgment about them. People tend to be insensitive when it comes to judging someone based on their appearance. People only think of their own satisfaction, not minding what the other people may feel while being judged. When one is able to love and accept oneself as well as others, having self-belief brings out the genuine meaning and sensation of beauty. This results in confidence, inner stability of personality, better character, and strong self-esteem. In our generation, media, trends, and marketing have distorted today's conception of beauty into unreachable forms. Many people have developed eating disorders or bulimia, or they have developed a plastic surgery addiction in an effort to meet the social standard of beauty. Many people waste money on cosmetics to make themselves seem better, but they overlook the value of their inner beauty. We don't need to prove ourselves to others. The most important thing is we accept ourselves for who we really are.